Hello to you, everyone. I'm Agustina Portu. I'm here with Setareh Fatemi, and we will interview Ignacio Porras, who is the president of the International Society for Neutron Capture Therapy. Hello, Zeta. Hello, Ignacio.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I would like to start with a simple question, let's say. And I would like to ask Ignacio, could you describe in your own words who you are and what you do?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a professor of physics at the Department of Atomic, Molecular and Nuclear Physics at the University of Granada, which is in the south of Spain. I think I am a vocational scientist in neutron capture therapy, and my group performed research in different fundamental aspects of this therapy, with the aim of contributing to its improvement and its expansion as an alternative therapy for the worst cases of cancer.
Since you introduced the BNCT therapy, could you give us a brief description of it?
Well, BNCT is the only form of external radiotherapy which is selective at the cellular level, as it is based in two elements that are non-toxic by themselves. One is a boron compound, which is administered to the patient and is preferentially uptaken by the tumor cells. Then the other element is an irradiation by low-energy neutrons. Neutrons do not have electric charge, so they pass through the atomic and molecular electron clouds, and when they reach the boron atom, they produce a nuclear reaction. In this reaction, high-energy particles are emitted, but these particles have a very short range, which is smaller than the cell size. Therefore, as the effect is higher at the tumor cells, it is especially convenient for the treatment of cancer which are disseminated in critical organs.
So in your opinion, which are the main challenges of BNCT?
I personally think that one of the main challenges is increasing the number of clinical trials in order to confirm the very promising results from those trials performed in the recent year, mostly in Japan, but also in other countries like Finland, Taiwan, Sweden, Italy, Argentina, among others. The number of patients treated so far is not large because the only neutron source available were scarce research reactors, which are nuclear facilities, and they cannot be built inside hospitals. But this is changing, and with the current technology, there are many projects with neutron sources based on accelerator and being developed inside hospitals. They will, of course, expand the number of clinical trials and maybe show clinical evidence of the therapeutic capability of BNCT, especially for cancer for which the current therapies are not very effective.
So Ignacio, as you are the president of the International Society of Neutron Capture Therapy, could you describe how this society works and how it is organized?
This society was established in 1983 by the whole community of BNCT with the aim of promoting and expanding this form of therapy. And this involves worldwide and interdisciplinary research groups. There is an executive board with geographical balance and 4 working groups in the different fields of BNCT: physics, biology, chemistry, and medicine. And the aim is establishing a standard of this working group. The Society also organized a biannual conference for communicating research advances, which is called the International Congress on Neutron Capture Therapy, with the participation of the whole community. Next one will be in Granada in September next year. I invite all researchers interested, also non-BNCT scientists, to attend a really exciting meeting. But the Society is also performing other activities as communication and outreach. We also aim to write technical reports on this therapy and establishing relations with other organizations for the exchange of information, as the International Atomic Energy Agency or other societies in the field of oncology.
As the president of the ISNCT, which are your roles? What do you do? Which are your tasks?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that this is a huge honor for me. And I want to share you a personal experience. 13 years ago, when moving my field of research to medical physics, I discovered that BNCT has very sound principles for the therapy of cancer. Then I attended my first BNCT Congress in Florence in 2008, and I was astonished by the presentation there, from basic research to clinical trials, and I feel the whole notepad given by the organizers taking notes. It was the first time it had happened to me. Since then, I dedicated all my research work to these fields, and I'm absolutely happy that I have become in this position. And in the way, I made a lot of friends worldwide among my colleagues. This is like a family, and I am only a representative of much greater scientists than me. With respect to my task, these are coordinating the activities and, as I said before, represents the society. For me, it is especially motivating to contribute to foster collaborations and disseminate in the scientific community the possibilities of BNCT in the fight of cancer. Also, one of the recent tasks I wish to tackle is the promotion of patient transfers. There are very few centers, and there are patients from different parts of the world who may need this therapy. As BNCT is performed in just one day, it is easier to receive patients from other countries than other kinds of therapies. Well, as a summary, my vision on the aim of the society is building a hope for cancers very difficult to treat now.
That is a very interesting point of view on your tasks, I think. Could you tell us a little bit about your career? You said you changed field some years ago. So where did you start?
Okay, if I have to summarize in one sentence my career, I would say something that may sound too high, but this from theory to practice through experimentation. Because after obtaining my bachelor in physics at the University of Madrid, I moved to the University of Granada, and I have the opportunity of joining an emerging group in theoretical atomic and nuclear physics. After doing my PhD in theoretical work, I made a postdoctoral research on quantum chemistry calculation with research stays at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. And coming again to Granada, I began teaching in the physics degree, beginning as an assistant, and then I ended as a full professor, and I also teach in the graduate program of physics. And this period, my research has been modified from this theoretical calculation to by a vocational change to research in medical physics. Then I discovered the fascinating field of BNCT and oriented my research to more practical problems. Trying to contribute to improve the treatment planning by obtaining nuclear and radiobiological data required for BNCT, we have started experimental campaigns at two facilities: the neutron time of flight at CERN in Geneva and the Institut Laurent-Langevin in Grenoble, France. And the collaboration with these groups has been very fruitful.
So, Ignacio, in your opinion, how has BNCT evolved in the last years?
I think BNCT is continuously improving since all parts of the therapy, from the boron delivery to the neutron source employed. And I think that the very promising recent clinical results have shown superiority for the tumors for which it has been applied, mainly brain tumors and head and neck cancers and malignant melanoma. And there are two aspects that I want to stress about BNCT. One is a personal feeling. I think that BNCT seems to me as the last line of defense against cancer. There are some patients that have been derived to BNCT after trying many other things, and they have strongly improved their conditions. And the second one is that everything new that has been tried has led to a success. For example, BNCT has been applied to brain tumors, and then in Japan, they applied to head and neck cancer, which were locally recurrent, that cannot be treated again with conventional radiotherapy, and it became even a greater success than even brain tumors. Also, in Pavia, they thought about treating multiple metastases from colon cancers in the liver, and they made a very challenging procedure of doing extracorporeal irradiation of the liver. And they found a very selective uptake of the boron compound and very good results from the irradiation. And even metastases that has not been visualized before were destroyed, appear destroyed at the end. So it's very exciting, this field, that you can try different things, and I think it will move forward in the future.
And could you comment on the status of the research in Spain and which direction is it taking?
Well, to my knowledge, we were the first research group in Spain, and we are relatively recent in this field. I'm proud that we have built interdisciplinary research group when there are physicists, there are biologists, there are radiophysicists and oncologists. And the medical community did not know very much about BNCT in a few years ago, but they have got attracted, and there's a very strong interest growing in the recent year. So we started a collaboration with the university hospital that also has attracted the interest of industry, important Spanish companies that are willing to participate in developing a prototype of a facility for BNCT here in Granada called Nemesis. We have a very attractive design from a very low energy proton beam that will restrict strongly the maximum neutron energy, and this may lead to less effects in normal tissue. But the planned facility will include other applications such as medical isotope production that would make the facility more sustainable and would allow new procedures of nuclear medicine not currently available. And I wish to say that our research has received a strong support from very generous foundations, as the most important Spanish Society Against Cancer, which gave us a very important award 4 years ago, the Spanish ACS Foundation, and also small civil non-profit local association from families of cancer patients, very important. I would like to say the names: Capitán Antonio, La Cuadrilla de Ignacio, and Sonriendo se puede ganar. But our project is one of the many projects on accelerator-based new facilities that are being developed now throughout the world. 2 centers of Japan have started clinical trials. Finland will follow soon. It is very important that countries with a strong previous clinical work, as Japan, Finland, Italy, and Argentina, can help other countries like us to develop the field.
I think the description you made of this BNCT world is very interesting. What would you recommend to a scientist from another field who wishes to maybe change the research to BNCT?
Well, I think that in BNCT there are open problems of different disciplines but interrelated that may lead to huge improvements in this therapy. For example, the development of new boron compounds that may improve the selectivity and the tumor concentration, maybe in the form of nanoparticles that can carry a lot of atoms to the tumors, but also improving the neutron source or dosimetry aspects. Treatment planning could also lead to improved treatments. I think that this is a field which is growing and that the current community is very open to collaboration. So welcome anyone who wants to enter this field.
So Ignacio, do you have a word of encouragement or a piece of advice you would like to give to the young members of our society?
Well, first of all, thank you for choosing neutron capture therapy as your field of work. I would like that you share with me the impression that this therapy has a bright future and that this future awaits you. So please keep your enthusiasm and work hard to make this possible. You should think while researching that you may be contributing to the history of the fight of cancer.
So as you said, part of the ISNCT tasks is to organize conferences. I wanted to ask you, do you have a particular memory or an anecdote about one of the conferences that you would like to share?
Well, I have a lot of great memories about the conference. I learned a lot. Since the first one in Florence, next one was in Argentina. There was a lot of very talented scientists of different fields there. So I need to learn about the different aspects of BNCT. So I chased all of them in the corridors, in the tango classes that we had in the evenings, which were really nice. So maybe I disturbed them too much, but they were really, really kind with me. And they explained me a lot of things about BNCT. And since then, I attended other conference, and so I'm really excited of organizing the next one here in Granada. And we are prepared as very, very not only scientific sessions, but also a very, very nice social program. We will have a visit to the Alhambra, just close to the participants. There will not be more tourists there. At the end of the evening, so it would be very nice to see the sunset there. Also, a very nice conference dinner in a very old palace with a lovely view of the Alhambra. So I think you will enjoy not only the scientific contribution that will be exceptional, and I hope we can celebrate the end of the pandemic by next September. I hope so.
Let's hope so, yes. Okay, thank you very much, Ignacio. I think it was a nice conversation with a lot of interesting point of views. Thank you for participating in this interview, and also thank you to Agustina that conducted the interview with me. Thank you all for watching. See you next video.